Okay. Welcome back, dear students. Previous topic we have discussed about the institutional structure and the policy framework for the renewables. We have discussed it. So the main important the central government sector here is the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy Sources, that is the MNRE. So you can see the branches under MNRE. So what are the divisions and departments available in the various parts of India under MNRE? For what purpose they are functioning? We are going to see. So first among them is the National Institute of Solar Energy, which is situated in the Gurgaon, and National Institute of Wind Energy, that is Chennai. Previously it was CWET, that is Center for Wind Energy Technologies. Now it has been renamed as the NIWE, that is the National Institute of Wind Energy, Chennai, and some training programs also taken place in the Dindikal area also. And third one is Sardar Shravan Singh National Institute of Renewable Energy, that is SSNIRE, situated in the Punjab. And fourth one is the Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency. That's what we have discussed in the institutional structure. That is directly the MNRE is directly it now comes under the any training division. It comes under the accounts and the commerce division. So that is the IREDA, that is a non-banking financial institution under the administrative control of the ministry for providing them, that is for example the loan sanction for the energy project, renewable energy projects, etc. And fifth one is the Solar Energy Corporation of India, that is SECI, that is situated in the New Delhi. So among these three, all these five benches, I went to National Institute of Wind Energy, Chennai. Previously it was CWET, and I attended the courses also. So I will explain this also for your benefits. And yeah, that is National Institute of among, for example, you can see the solar we have a separate institution, wind we have a separate institution, and that is SSNIRE. It is the combination of all the renewable energy sources institution is that one. And IREDA is the perfectly the term loan used for loans and renewable energy projects and energy efficient projects. And the fifth one is especially for the solar. So among this um, I know very well about the NIWE, that is previously it is was CWET, that is Center for Wind Energy Technologies. So you can I have mentioned here the web link for this particular institution. You can just Google it and search. In the top of the column there will be some department, and among the department you can choose the skill development and training, and you can go for the national training courses. Yeah, very important. You just dear my students, you can very well approach me. I can help you to attend this training sessions. It is completely free. That is funded by the MNRE, that is MNRE. So definitely only thing is you should need to fill the form and your details, and very important, for what purpose you are going to attend this institute for learning purpose. You should properly mention your the purpose. Only we have a lot of this 5 days course is there, 1 week course is there, and one even 1 month course is there. It is open to all whoever can join this institute for learning purpose. So it is purely based upon the merit only, no recommendations and all. So if your purpose and you're really interested, definitely they will accept your invitation or your application, and definitely they will call for the training session, which will be taken in both Chennai as well as the Dindikal. So in two different places they are functioning this institute. Yeah, next is This is the 2022 project by Indian government. Their mission is at least through these renewable energy sources 175 gigawatts capacity we should reach. So previously in the scenarios we have seen 160 megawatts has been that is being analyzed with the renewable energy sources. Now their mission and aim is that in 2020 22 at least 175 gigawatt should be present by use of the renewable energy. So they are focusing on solar energy. You can see the solar, it's almost 100 gigawatts, and wind energy is 60 gigawatts. Biomass energy is the 10 gigawatt, and small hydro is 5 gigawatts. You can see India made a commitment in Paris Climate Agreement that they have mentioned that to reduce emission intensity of the economy and for having at least 40 percentage of electric power installed capacity from clean energy sources by the year 2030. Yeah, that's what I mentioned. So I think the percentage may be increased also in the further years. So under that, how there are a lot of missions they're taking place. They're being run control by the MNRE. Among them, one is the National Solar Mission. That is, we say otherwise Jawaharlal Nehru National Solar Mission. That is JNNSM. They will mention. So in that, this mission has been launched in 11th January of 2010. For the main mission of this JNSM is to increase the solar energy capacity. From the solar energy, how we can able to get to meet the energy demand. So mission targets, that is 20 gigawatt grid connected solar power by 2022, 2 gigawatts of off grid solar applications. That is, the off grid means standalone system for the domestical and industrial applications. 20 million solar lights by 2022. 20 million square meter solar thermal collector also can be framed. So as we know, the solar, from the solar there is two different areas, that is solar thermal, and another one is the solar PV, that is pure form of the electricity connection. So next is to create favorable conditions for developing solar manufacturing capability in the country and support R&D and capacity building activities to achieve grid parity by 2022. In June 2015, the targets were scaled up to 100 gigawatt by 2022. So they have made an assignment themselves, that is 100 gigawatt capacity by 2022 through the solar. So broadly consists of 40 gigawatt grid connected rooftop and 60 gigawatt large and medium scale land based solar power projects have been can be installed. You can see the growth of solar capacity in India. You can see from the year 2008 to 2009, it's around 3 megawatts, the 9 to 10 11 megawatts, 10 to 11 36 megawatts. You can see the increase, that is from 16 to 2016 to 17. You can see 288 megawatt capacity. They see the growth of the solar capacity. Next is the wind. Wind, we can see only in the few part of India the wind energy is wind energy sources. Wind energy is plenty available. So among them, Tamil Nadu is also one place. You can see the red color marked, and you can see all these areas. It's from the, I told you that this scenario, this map is from the CUET. It was the oldest name for the NIW, that is National Institute of Wind Energy. Yeah, you can see. And so they also have some mission, that is increased competitiveness, strong manufacturing base in India, wind turbines, erection methodology, forecasting and scheduling, regulation shapes are the important the hazards to overcome in the wind energy. So finally, I like to say something through on this lecture, that is, see this person in this picture. I'm showing you one person. His name is Mr. Shanmugam. He is the former Panchayat president of the Odandurai village, which is situated near the in the foothills of Nilgiris. So what he made is only around 10,000 to 15,000 peoples are being residing at the this Odandurai village, or 7 villages combined to that area. What he made is he's somewhat is only a school educated fellow guy. So what he do is he gave lot of water facilities to his people. So most probably most important factor, he got so many awards because of producing the green energy, that is renewable energy, in his village. So for that he has been received so many awards. So he is just a school educated fellow, a school educated guy. He can do such a wonders in his village. Think about ourselves being an engineer, what we are doing. We say that we are electrical engineers, we are the power givers. So how much energy we have produced by our own, just think of it. So that's why I told my inspiration. So I should I am insisting you that please just read about his life career, and if possible try to visit this Vadandolare village for our personal and the society oriented subjects. So definitely it will work out. So thanks for the listen. I think you are very much clear about the unit number 1. I hope so. If you have any queries, we can able to discuss in the proper channel or proper forum. Thank you for everyone for this patient listening. So once again, just I like to um just recall the all the 5 unit topics in the unit number 1. So yeah, first one we saw about the environmental consequences of fossil fuel use. So just we are going through the what are the topics we have covered in the unit number 1. So environmental consequences of the fossil fuel. So we know what are the fossil fuels. So by using of that fossil fuels, what are the problems that we are occurring or facing in our society or in the globe. So that's what we have discussed in the unit number 1. That is unit number 1, first topic. And second topic we have discussed about the, so as I already told you, these fossil fuels are depleting, are going to deplete within a short span of years. So everywhere everyone will be focusing on this renewable energy sources. Even now the government also focusing on this renewable energy sources. So that's why I told what are the importance of renewable energy sources of energy, that is solar, wind, biomass, geothermal, tidal, ocean. So all these energies are definitely is going to rock in the upcoming futures to meet the energy demand for the countrymen or country people. And third one is sustainable design and development. Yeah, this renewable energy is freely available and is keep on going to sustainable. So even the IGBC, I already, there is Indian Green Building Council, and insisting on mentioning that. So the civil engineer or whatever engineer, so they should be focused on this sustainable design and development process. And fourth one, what are the types of renewable sources we have learned, and the limitations also we learn. For example, solar is not available for the 365 bar 24 bar 7 days. So only for a particular month or particular period it is available. And initial the limitations, the installation cost is very high. So like this we have seen. And next is the wind. Wind also we need a lot of plenty of area to mount the windmills. So this also we have seen. And finally, final topic, we have seen that present Indian and international energy scenario. So almost all the globe and everywhere in the world and everywhere in the globe, they are focusing on this the renewable energy. So the coal is coming down and renewable energy is going up. So a lot of researchers are also going in this particular renewable energy sources. And finally, we have seen what are the funding agencies that are available in our nation, and what are the training centers for this particular renewable energy sources available in India. So all these topics we have covered, I hope so. So thank you so much.